doing, buddy? Miss Greta, how you doing? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give it a few minutes. Let the admins come in here. Thank you on Periscope. Thank you for coming on as usual. YouTube here, Periscope here. You get bumped off Facebook, and you know Zuckerberg. And based on what we're finding out about Mr. Dorsey, yeah, y'all get time on Facebook. Check out the page. I'll put a buttload of pictures on there involving Dorsey and his scallywag ass. And here, probably after the feed, I'm gonna put those same pictures on Twitter. So Dorsey, if you are paying attention to this, you boot me off Twitter. You're already in enough deep shit thanks to Project Veritas. So don't get stupid. Please, don't get stupid. Melvin, how you doing? You saw those. Don't you just love his unique relationship with these people? If I didn't know any better at one point, I have a feeling that he was trying to kick it with Obama. And I'm not talking just friends either. Very unique indeed. I know we got one admin in here. I just saw that one post. Give me a second here. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, to confirm what I already knew, I am in Facebook jail for 7 days. Initially, I thought, per indication, that somebody reported my stuff as spam, but I'm hearing other major people are also being reported as spam. We're not sure they're actually people reporting. We actually think that Facebook is on a censoring spree. No big surprise there. Something huge is coming out this weekend. I've noticed some patterns with Facebook, and next week I'm going to get into that and do a show about that, how they conveniently start censoring people during a time that they don't want people knowing information about certain things and all that jazz. And in the case of me, I was possibly spot on one of the deals that they had uncovered. They don't want people to know. And I want to update you something on Project Veritas, James O'Keefe. As far as good and bad, the good is the fact his latest video involving Twitter got 10,000 views. His page conveniently got taken down on Twitter. Oh, but it gets better. It gets better. Are you ready for what they told him as to why they took down the page? You're going to love this. They love going to this go-to line, no less. Oh, well, it was a rogue employee that took down your page. It was a rogue employee that took down Facebook, or took down Trump's Twitter page. It was a rogue employee that took down Julian Assange. And now it's a rogue employee that took down James O'Keefe. There's a little bit of overkill there on the rogue employees. Twitter, how many rogue employees do you have? Okay. Take your rogue employees, and there's a damn door. I may be a lot of things, but I'm not stupid. Oh, I know. See, you're one of several that I heard about. Tanya Grassroots. She got out of Facebook jail yesterday. She was out of Facebook jail for 5 whole minutes and then put right back in. There is something they don't want people knowing, and that's why all of a sudden you're seeing this mass censorship. But I have a feeling this could be the year that they're about to put a stop to it. Because now with Project Veritas exposing Twitter and their nice little censorship escapades, these people talk to these undercovers like they're normal people and just spilling their guts on everything they're doing. It is nuttier than a fruitcake. And then yet I've got a young man on YouTube right now who can't seem to get on Facebook because obviously, keywords obviously, he can't access either one of his accounts. But that's another topic. We'll save that for next week. This week is Hollywood's Hidden Secrets. Okay? And why did I pick Hollywood's Hidden Secrets? Because here lately, Hollywood's been doing some absolute off-the-wall, yes, it is the norm, weird shit. Okay? Let me start on the origin. The origin was based off of Nordic pagan rituals. Did y'all know that? Nordic pagan rituals. And the people who founded Hollywood, one of them was good friends with a gentleman that I brought up to your attention here some time back by the name of Albert Pike. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there were 3 of them that founded Hollywood. One of them was a Freemason. So Hollywood was based on a founding of the Freemason religion, the Nordic pagan rituals combination. What you have is basically the bottom line, the Illuminati forming Hollywood. It makes sense considering the standing of Hollywood. It is the illusion of what is real. That's the short spin. Now, when I didn't get time tonight, and I was going to put up a set of deals for you guys to take a look at, I'm going to find Walt Disney's actual signature logo. I'm going to point out some things. Now, I can't remember the young man who did a YouTube here a week ago. I apologize, Facebook, or somebody try to call me when I'm doing a damn live feed. I don't get that at all. The reason why I bring up Walt Disney first, because he's the most important, and then we're going to go into the rest of them. If you take a look at his signature, and this young man on YouTube, if I can find his video, I'm going to put it on my page. He exposes a lot of shit that's going on with Hollywood. And every little single solitary last bit of it is nothing good. Not going to lie, folks. Not going to lie. Okay? The point I'm trying to make is this. If you look at Walt Disney's signature, he points out 3 different areas of his signature come up indirectly to the number 666. And no, I'm not making that up. And then you hear rumors about Walt Disney, about his connections to pedophilia in the 50s. And then you find out over time that every last one of his damn cartoon movies that he puts out may either have sexual innuendos in it or messages about the Illuminati. Yeah, it does. It explains the mass conditioning that they have been doing on kids for many years. Sexual innuendos. And now they're adding one more element to the equation now. Social justice warriors in either the cartoons or movies. Case in point, remember, Disney now owns the rights to Star Wars. That is their golden ticket on how they get their mission out there, get their initiative out there. Same token, they basically ruined the franchise by putting nice little subliminal messages or little agenda style messages in the movie. Talking about how Princess Leia may have had a lesbian relationship. Talking about how these characters that represent the rebellion represents the social justice warriors of today out here in society. Okay? The feminist movement that is interpreted in this movie. Okay? The head general that was the head of the cannot remember the name, not the Empire, but the new version of it. Anyway, he had orange hair. That was a poke at Donald Trump. If you can make sense of it, that was definitely a poke at Donald Trump. They were insisting that head general, in some ways, resembles Donald Trump. And the fact that head general has to answer to the Supreme One being this high and mighty freaking imperial dark side force, they're poking a hint that Trump may have to answer to freaking the Illuminati in some degrees. It's kind of crazy. But it's not surprising, folks. That's how Disney is. That's how Disney is. It's pretty damn sad. Subliminal messages, thank you. And that's the distortion with these movies here as far as Disney. Now, is it just Disney, you ask? No, it is not. But I'm about to relate a piece of Disney to the next part of what I'm about to explain. George Lucas. How convenient. Steven Spielberg. Francis Ford Coppola. What do they all have in common? They're directors. They made hit movies. They all three went to school together. Now, there's some not so big names that came out around that point in time that went with these three, but they were the most successful. I mean, George Lucas with Star Wars. The guy points out, do you really think George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, and Francis Ford Coppola came up with these ideas for these movies? He says at some point after they graduated and started making movies, okay, they were sat down, all of them, every last one of them, and they were told, here's your scripts. You do exactly as we tell you, you get credit for these scripts. With George Lucas in his case, with those Imperial Star Cruisers in the Star Wars franchise, he uncovers that those Imperial Cruisers may be part of a government project that every so often you hear about either on Facebook or on YouTube or whatever. Those triangular shaped ships that they talk about on Coast to Coast AM. And then you've got Steven Spielberg, who did Close Encounters of the Third Kind and freaking E.T. That's a direct link talking about the conditioning of aliens coming to the planet. I agree with you, Ro. It's a damn shame. I agree with you. It's part of. They are closed to the world, but you'll be surprised. Wachinski, can you find something else to do other than screw with my damn gadgets? I saw that and you need to stop. Why don't you go play in traffic? Don't worry about the anger faces. I'm not worried about them. It's called hard lessons. And then Francis Ford Coppola. He did the Godfather series. Present the narratives about the life of the mafia. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, they were given scripts. They were told what to put in these movies. They were told to make sure it was in there. And they were guaranteed riches. Compliments of your favorite, yours and my favorite government organization known as the Central Intelligence Agency. But that's just part of it. The directors and the company owners are just part of it. You have to have the right cast of characters for these movies. Like, oh, I don't know, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. You notice they were conditioned for certain roles? You notice that? Like Ben Affleck, he did the Jack Ryan series, that fourth one, I can't remember. It involved the trying to stop a nuclear bomb with Morgan Freeman. That kind of mess. And then Matt Damon, you know what he played in? The Bourne Legacy. You know, Bourne Supremacy, Bourne Ultimatum, all those movies. It's almost as if they were fitted for these movies because you really think they were tied to the CIA? A lot of people either on Alex Jones and YouTube and all them have already disclosed that those clowns were indirectly trained. Yeah. They played the part well, didn't they? Damn shame. But I digress. Now remember, I told you the founding of Hollywood was founded on Nordic pagan rituals. This next part is going to be the most uncomfortable part that I'm about to talk about. Exactly. Hidden in plain sight. There you go. And down the road, I'm about to do another show involving the music industry and how, in some cases, the music industry and Hollywood go hand in hand sometimes. Not all the time because they have different agendas and they go at different angles. But there are times they merge and come together. Now, if some of you don't believe in the idea that these people make the deal with the devil, you are indeed a fool. Because remember what I just explained to you about Disney. And I want you to think about this for just a moment. Think about all those kids that were on the Disney show over the years. Back in the 50s. And then the revised version in the 90s. The revised version is what I want you to focus on. Because think about all those kids that were on that show. And if you need me to rattle it off, I will. Britney Spears was on that show. It was the late 80s, early 90s version of the Mickey Mouse Club, if that helps. So was Justin Timberlake. So was Christina Aguilera. Now, I'll bring those three up, and there's reasons why. Look into one particular, Britney Spears, okay? And it's very important you pay attention to that part. Look at all the mess Britney went through after, like in the mid-2000s. She had her meltdown. And in that video I showed you some time back involving predictive programming and MK Ultra, where she outs the blue, she's talking normal and then just has what's called a googly-eyed moment. And then think about all these other actors and actresses that, if you want to be technical, have been in the business since they were kids. I'm talking Demi Moore. I'm talking Corey Feldman. I'm talking Drew Barrymore. Look at Drew Barrymore. Okay? And I'm gonna explain to you about Miss Barrymore. Considering she was a child, one of her first movies involved aliens and involved Stephen King. The second one involved Stephen King. She was that cute little girl that played those proper parts right down to a T. And then she went through a mess where she did drugs, she did alcohol, she did all that crap. Just went to hell and back, for lack of a better term. And then wouldn't you know it, she cleans herself up all of a sudden and starts going back on the right path. Did you know her grandfather was in the movie business? Did I mention he was also a globalist? Yeah. Her grandfather. Her grandfather. Now, do you want another example about how a father or grandfather has somehow either connections to the elites or one of our banking systems for that case? There's a gentleman out of Tennessee that runs the Tennessee chapter of the Federal Reserve. For some reason, he got this crazy idea of putting his son in the music business. We'll get to that here shortly, Ro. Thank you. He got the crazy idea of putting his son in the music business. He put him in the country business. His son was a big star. Thought, yeah, my son's going to be a big star. He's got it going on, even though he's part of the Federal Reserve. Had a big hit in the early 90s. Country star. Long black hair. Did a weird dance. What's the name of that song? Achy Breaky Heart? Anyway, that son's daughter would be the one that would end up going through the shit. Going through the Disney system. Played some singer on her show. And then became a big star herself. Yes, Billy Ray, that's him. And then Miley would be the one that's now completely overshadowed her father. But she has sold her soul so deep. There's no telling she's going to recover. This is the same little girl that I showed a video here some time back, writing a thank you letter to Hillary Clinton. She is that brainwashed in the head. And it's a damn shame. Miley the Tart, exactly. Yeah, her grandfather was indirectly tied to the Federal Reserve. That's how she was able to get that part. That's how Billy Ray was able to get that record deal. It's a damn shame, ain't it? That she is, Tina. You are correct. In real life, she is her godmother. And then somebody on my YouTube here just pointed something else out. Nicole Kidman, her father, may be a globalist. You notice a strange pattern of how these globalists and how these elites and how these Freemasons are manipulating and controlling the narrative, where if they can't bring their kids and their grandkids, and people work for the Federal Reserve, bringing in their kids and grandkids, these are messengers, ladies and gentlemen. Messengers. Messengers for the elites. Messengers for the globalists. Messengers for their initiative, for their agenda. In one of the most sickening places on the face of this earth. And you would think that would be a sweet and innocent place, right? Because now the next part, I'm really about to make things uncomfortable for you. In fact, if a lot of you bounce on out of here, I truly understand. I wholeheartedly do. Let me give you an example. A lot of people thought the Playboy Mansion was just some place where you go up there and meet these centerfolds and these playmates, and, you know, Hugh Hefner is just the luckiest man alive. He's got all these damn women all around the damn mansion. If you think for 1 minute, hey, how you doing, Gord? What's going on, buddy? Thank you for coming on. If you think for one moment, okay, that he bought and paid for that mansion, I got some ocean property in Arizona that I would like to show you. The reason why I bring that up is cut and dry. It later found out here recently that he had ties to the CIA, and the CIA may have paid for that mansion. And he sold the mansion, no problem, and on the condition that he was able to live there until he died. A lot of people said he was just an old man, he died of natural causes. They're saying now that his death may have been nothing short of suspicious. And I'm about to explain why. There was a part of that mansion. Most mansions have those secret caverns downstairs or whatever. His was definitely no exception. They would bring people to that mansion, okay? And let them get their jollies off, you know. Not realizing they were put into a compromising position where the alphabet agencies could blackmail them to the point of, if they wanted key legislation passed and that guy happened to be an important vote that they wanted to control, well, shoot, no problem. We'll take care of it. Not a problem. Oh, by the way, you were at the Playboy Mansion the other week, and you had an extramarital affair. Yeah, you don't vote on this legislation. We're going to out your extramarital affair. Oh, no, I'll vote on it. Don't worry. Don't worry. And you're a bigger fool if you think it was just women they used for that tool. Mr. Hefner was about to out a secret that it wasn't just women they used. He threw hints that they also used children. Which brings me into a very uncomfortable topic for some of you. It was recently outed here this week. And I'm going to bring this up because, yes, he is a singer. And I will bring it up again because it's going to be the main premise of why I'm going to bring up the issue about the music industry. You all right over there?
Yeah, I'm strangling myself.
Oh, good Lord, don't do that. Yeah. He was going to go to an art gallery and be one of the key guests there. With that young lady that's been spotted at Common Ping Pong. You might say he might have been slightly outed as partaking in the Pettygate Pizzagate issue. But down the road, we'll get into that. Because that involves the music industry and how shady that business is. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, when they have these big galas and big dinners paying anywhere from $25,000, $50,000, $100,000 a plate, just like Comet Ping Pong, they got nice little entree deals that they ask for, like walnuts, pizza. Well, Chinsky, go get a damn job. Quit messing with my damn feed, you damn clown. Point is, ladies and gentlemen, lots of people in Hollywood have a dirty little secret they don't want people knowing. But I got news for you. Some of these people are getting outed. Poor Corey Haim and Corey Feldman are two examples of how, even though they were trying to make a name for themselves in Hollywood, they were passed around like it's no big thing. And when you see videos about freaking Demi Moore during a party when she was 20 years old, kicking it with a young kid that's anywhere from 12 to 15 years old, okay, making out with the kid no less, that's some red flag, folks. I'm sorry. Now, was that a Pizzagate incident? I asked a lot of my followers that a while back. They said no. And to the conclusion, I have to agree with them. But I will say this. What if she, in her own little way, was a victim of Pizzagate? Because everybody talks about how she married Kelso from that 70s show. Okay? What they don't talk about is who she married before Kelso. Remember, she was with Bruce Willis. She was only in her early 20s when she hooked up with him.
Is this regular?
I think that's cherry. The regular's on the bottom.
Cherry tastes like cough syrup.
No, I know, right? Then it brings me to a young lady that has gotten a lot of attention this week, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't have to tell you, because here's the thing. I have seen an ad campaign like I have never seen before. And I'm here to tell you, I'm going to put it out there. You're going to see more of her. You're going to see more of her. You're going to see more of her. And I'm going to tell you why. As much as they think she's not going to be able to win, they are going to push her on every last one of you to indoctrinate you to say, you know what? Maybe Donald Trump may not be the choice for president. I remember her in her early days there in the damn talk shows. And when she was in The Color Purple. That was a damn good movie, by the way. I want to put it out there. But at some point in that process of going to become this so-called being that I keep hearing about, she at some point sold her soul to the damn devil. And if she don't want to admit it, that ain't my problem. How the hell does a woman get from being just a regular talk show host to having billions of dollars, having her own channel, putting out books out the ass, having all this damn money, giving away vans, minivans, and all this other crap when she did her damn talk show. Yes, she did last decade, I remember. And being this I apologize, Facebookers, got a damn call. The point is, in the coming weeks and months leading up to possibly 2020, you are going to see more of her. And how do I know? When I watched X-Files last night, and yes, I watched the new one. It's a very interesting season premiere, I might add. Anyway, when it went to a commercial, guess who the hell is the new spokesperson? Or, let me rephrase it, the returning spokesperson for Weight Watchers now. You guessed it, she's been in the tabloids up and down, up and down, up and down with her damn weight. Miss Oprah Winfrey herself, her high priestess. I sold my soul to the devil for billions of dollars, and I may be the answer to save America, quote unquote. Even though she's good friends with the illegal alien Barack Obama. Even though she's good friends with freaking the Clintons. I may be a lot of things, but stupid sure the hell ain't one of them. Oh yeah, there is definitely something wrong with her there, Ro. She is a sick, twisted individual, ladies and gentlemen. I have never seen anybody rise to that much power over time. And then I keep hearing about the other stuff. Like she made, she has a thing for prostitutes. Usually it's a man that you worry about with the prostitutes. You never hear a female have that issue. But again, I digress. Robert, I'm not surprised, buddy. Thank you for coming on YouTube. Oh, of course. She's the newest trainee for George Soros and her sick, twisted, scallywag ass. She is the product of Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen, and so are many of these others. But you know what? Their sick and twisted behavior is finally being outed. Look at Kevin Spacey. He had that damn deal on Netflix, that TV show where he's quote unquote the damn president of the United States. And he had to come out of the closet, and not by choice, because it wasn't because he was proud of being a homosexual. Okay? He had to come out the closet because he was being accused of possibly trying to have relations with an underage boy. And then you got that crap with Harvey Weinstein. In my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, Harvey Weinstein was the gateway to the crap fest that's going on the West Coast. And let me get political for a minute, because the Hollywood elites are loving the idea of all the crap that's going on in California. Underage prostitution? Are you kidding me? Underage prostitution. I don't get it. I just don't get it. It's almost as if they're taking it to so many levels that it's okay to not worry if the prostitute you buy may be a child. And the reason why I bring that up, America's been conditioned for some time, believe it or not. And you're probably asking me, how is that possible? There was a movie trilogy that came out in the 80s. And I don't want you to get it confused with the vampire TV show. Okay? because I'm going to explain the distinction. The name of the movie was called Angel. Angel was about a high school girl. I think she was a sophomore in high school, where basically her parents had abandoned her. Just said, screw it, we want no part of you. And the only way she had to take care of herself, by day she went to school, hit the books hard, studied hard. Smart kid. At night, she was hitting the streets of Hollywood as an underage prostitute. I think there's 3 movies that came out involving that main character. And at one point, there was I want to say he was a police sergeant. He was kind of like her father figure. Like looking out for her and shit because he was worried about her. And the fact that she's hitting the streets hard and, whoring herself out. But he knew if he didn't keep an eye on her, she would do it on her own behind his back. So at a bare minimum, he made damn sure she was protected. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, that movie came out in 1984. Yeah, how ironic. It took this country 33 years to pass some stupid legislation early last year to allow underage prostitutes in California. That's crazy mess, ain't it? But that's mass conditioning. It's mass conditioning. But anyway, back to the deal with the galas. You got a lot of these clowns that go to these little dinners and have these $25,000, $50,000, $100,000 plates. It's not the plates they're getting. It's little kids. There is a major pedophilia problem in that town. And you have to remember that town was founded on very vile, wicked, perverse ideology. That's how sick and twisted that town really is. You've got perverted directors, perverted producers, even perverted actors. Some of them sold their souls to the devil. Some of them were born into the business. And that's the sad part for them. The good news is some of them are not sticking around to continue operations, continue business. Some of them are doing their damnedest to try to out these bastards and put them behind bars and ensure that these sick, twisted, perverted little scallywags are brought to justice. And here's the even bigger picture news. The movie industry has taken the biggest hit it has ever taken in the last 50 years. I'll go that far. The latest movie with Tom Hanks and involving the Washington Post, it has been in the movies now going on its 4th weekend. And they're saying it only brought in $4 million. Y'all are waking up to the crap. It's not just the fact that Donald Trump and the fact that they're attacking him. Because let me make it clear, they have been attacking him for some time. and they're using it through messaging. I've been telling you about these shows I've been watching and how they're attacking him. But y'all are also figuring out the sick, twisted, perverted nature of that town. And how the crap has got to stop. Now, I'm going to go on one last point, and then we're going to go to a small Q&A. Okay? And this point is most important. And you're going to hear this again. When I do that musical version, you're going to hear it again. Because like here, the movie and television industry, they do the same mess in the music industry. When you sign that contract, make that deal with the devil, and you make all that money, all that paper, okay? Those satanic globalist bastards at some point say, you know what? We're going to die down from him because we want him to sign a new contract. And their profits start to dwindle down. And they go to the master and they say, oh my God, I'm losing the money. How do I get back into good graces with you people? No problem. There's just one condition on this second extension on this contract, however. We need a sacrifice. And y'all sitting there scratching your heads going, sacrifice? What the hell's a sacrifice? Y'all sitting there scratching your heads going, what in God's green earth is a sacrifice? What the hell does a sacrifice have to do with the contract extension and getting a new lease on life? Well, sorry, Facebook, or somebody called me again. I hate that when they do that. Well, let me enlighten you if you're not sure. Yeah, Mary, I think you know what I'm talking about. This was brought up with an NBA contract involving a gentleman who plays for the Chicago Bulls. Now, I'm not insisting he had any part in it. Let me make that clear. They'll disappear for a week or so, go somewhere else. And for some strange reason, a member of their family somehow dies. I know, right? Screw Oprah. Oh, wait, I don't want to. Never mind. and here in a little bit, I'll get into a conversation, and this is the funny one. It happened to a gentleman who played for the Chicago Bulls. He wanted an almighty good-sized contract, but the condition was they wanted a sacrifice. So what was the end result? Let me think here. I want to say it was his niece. I think his niece was maybe 7, 8 years old. His niece was brutally murdered. Now, you're going to hear this next example again because it's part of the music industry, and I'm going to bring it up. And I love this singer to death. But when I put the dots together, crossed the T's and dotted the I's, on how she got a new lease on life back in 2005, it made perfect sense. Actually, it was 2004. She got the new contract in 2004. Mariah Carey had everything. She had that big old contract. Had that big time contract with Columbia, making millions of dollars. She was an overnight success. A hit songwriter, hit singer. She was batting it out of the park. Every year in the 1990s, she had a number one hit. Not just a hit, but a number one hit. Then came 2000. She changed record companies. She made a movie. She made a soundtrack for that movie. Everything was looking up. The movie bombs. The soundtrack bombs. Virgin Records pulled out of her deal. Okay? There was all sorts of tabloids talking about, oh, I don't know. She was on drugs. She was heavily drunk. She had an eating disorder. Things were just not going right with her. Love life went to shit. Then they gave her another chance. Island Def Jam Records signed her a deal. I'm going to put this out there. I find it convenient that after We Belong Together, which was the biggest comeback hit, was a Grand Slam home run. That happened right after her father died. I'm just saying, folks. Yes, she did. And she married a bankster. And I guess they had a falling out. But long story short, that's an example when they conveniently want that sacrifice. And the sad part is, instead of saying, screw you, you're not getting your sacrifice, I'll get my money another way. They give in. And as I'm going to point out in the music industry one, there were many that gave in. Too damn many. And it's sad. With all that being said, Hollywood is a place you need to remember was founded on very demented, evil, wicked pretenses. Okay? I mean, hell, if you want another example of how pedophilia has been a problem for a long time, go on YouTube and it will talk about a period where Shirley Temple, in her early days, was putting on outfits that should have been for beautiful women in the 30s. And Shirley Temple was maybe 4 or 5. I'm not making that up, folks. That's as real as it gets. I'm going to end it on this. Between the predictive programming, between the CIA operatives that are in Hollywood, between the sick practices that go on in that city, and the messages and agendas they put in these movies and television shows, now you understand why I get so damn frustrated when I watch a movie now or a television show now and I see these damn agendas open plain sight. It's sickening. And yeah, I'll get into that too there, James, because another trend is happening, and for once it may be a good trend for the music industry. I know what you're saying. It ain't so much they got out, they got on their own. And maybe that's the best thing for them. Because at least that way, if they create their own label and do their own thing, it's about their talent and what they can put out there versus the agendas they put in the music. And I'll get into that too. Yeah. And yeah, that's a good point there, Mary. And let me point something out. Damn it. Let me point something out too. It's funny you bring her up. Because her daughter, Liza Minnelli, alcohol. Pure D alcohol. It's a damn shame, ain't it? kind of sad. It's a tragic situation considering the circumstances of these people and the fact that they perform in front of the masses. In the process, makes you wonder what they're doing behind the scenes and why they have these addicted habits. As far as the music industry is concerned, when I get into that one, at least I can delve a little bit as to why they do some of the wretched things to themselves that they do. And it's kind of sad. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, fuck.
She's one of many. I meant, look at Heath Ledger. Bad drug habit. Damn good actor. Died too soon. It's terrible. It's a tragedy. It's a pure D tragedy. Some of these performers are very talented. I take nothing away from them. But they may have endured demons that even some of us may not even be able to handle. That's the sad part. That's the best thing there, James. Maybe it's good he did. Because in all honesty, and that's my point. That's a new trend that's happening. A lot of these things are finally realizing they don't want to be part of this corporate crap. Because the corporations that own the music companies, they're globalist. Their agenda's just as twisted as Hollywood. That's the bad part. And like I said, when I bring that in that show, I'll address it. I'll most certainly address it. Because it's a sickening practice. Very sickening practice. If only more people knew. That's the problem. Thank you there, Stephen. Those two are another example of how they have sold out so bad. I think one of them is married to a globalist banker, if I remember correctly. One of the Olsen twins. Miriam, I agree with you. Somebody does need to investigate that clown. I'd say they want to question Donald Trump so bad. Why hasn't anybody questioned Jerry Brown and his crappy activities? Oh, absolutely. Because A, that's where they started, and B, that's where they can control the situation. Because if they make it to the big time, the pressures and the agendas. No, he needs to be in jail, Ro. I know what you're saying. He's a sick bastard. Don't even get me started on that clown. But yeah, if they're not playing in clubs, they're booking their own stuff. They're booking their own concerts. It's like I told people some time back. These big-time stars like the Rolling Stones or Aerosmith, if they want to quit $1 billion, all they got to do is book a freaking 40-day tour. They're good to go for the time being. They don't want to have to cut another album. Because if they have to cut another album, they're working for the globalists. And they control what they put in these albums. That's the bad part. I feel sorry for a lot of these performers because they're so damn good. They don't need those scallywag globalists telling them what the hell to put in their shit. I'm serious. Carrie, how you doing? And that's the sad part. I feel sorry for a lot of these people. I really do. Because they're very talented individuals. But they have been manipulated by either the town that they work in, i.e. Hollywood, or the music label that they have to perform for. And a lot of them experience one of three things: burnout, having to confront their demons, or in some particular cases, and I want to point this out, it's something I didn't mean to skip, but I did somehow, and I don't know why. When these actors try to get out of the system, and that's what I call it, because that's what it is, you notice here they end up in the news. Like Cat Williams, for example. I'm going to put him out there. I think some video surfaced here a couple of years ago about him just falling off the wagon and just went completely nuts. And when I mean completely nuts, they showed a video at a hotel of him just off the wall. His hair was all in a mess. He looked like he was walking around in his bathrobe. He wanted a taxi. The clerk, I guess, said he looked all sorts of incoherent. When you try to escape the system of that magnitude in that matter, you get paranoid. You get paranoid. Because in all honesty, you signed that contract for all that damn money. They want your talent. You are their slave. And if you try to escape, they will use the law, the system, the government, any way, shape, or form to come after your ass. And Cat Williams is only just one example. They've done it several times. It's terrible. It really is. Exactly, Mark. And if you're not careful, it will eat you up. That's the sad part. Robert De Niro. Oh, yeah, he's... Not only that, there's rumors around he's been outed. Ties to child pornography. That's what I'm hearing. That's the sick part with him. That explains why he wanted to punch freaking Trump in the mouth all of a sudden. It's a damn shame. Well, I look at it this way. You a sick bastard and didn't want people knowing about it? You shouldn't have done it in the first place. That's how I look at it. It's your problem, not mine. But that is the nature of the beast. That's how sick and demented these people are. Yeah, I heard about that, Carrie. I heard about that. And the kicker about that word, they're trying to say, oh, Trump was racist. Trump was racist. Racist my ass. Get the hell out of here. Oh, yeah. Hey, Melvin. But that's my point, folks. That's how sick these people are. They got little demons in their closet. That's why you had a ton of them come out against Trump. Because they got little demons in their closet. And now, one at a time, they're getting outed. They're all getting outed. And they don't like it. Not one damn bit, I might add. Cindy, how you doing? They don't want to be outed. Now, see, I will say this. Was that what Vicky was talking about tonight? Wow. That's sad. That is just terrible. That is just downright terrible. Well, you came on the latter half. You might want to check your notifications there, Cindy, to make sure they're enacted. There was an update that was recent. Like usual, Zuckerberg erased all the notifications. No big surprise there. When ain't he erasing stuff behind people? Oh, God. That's awesome. DNA, let me see this again. I want to read it to everybody. Ancestry.com putting a new DNA kit. What shithole country are you from? That's awesome. Oh, God. That's terrible. I can't believe she would do that. I cannot believe it. Why? Who is she trying to prevent from offending? That's my question. Because I watched part of Vicky's feed tonight. Let me see this. People like Dave Chappelle and Cat Williams and even Tupac, he got killed for it. He was taking to them too much. Oh, he was talking to them too much, and they just killed him. And the other two, Dave sold out because he's back. Exactly, he's back on top again. But again, though, new contract. You know the condition from unlike last time. What was the sacrifice they had to give for him to come back? That's the kicker, Stephen. Think about that for just a moment. Black Lives Matter. I'm telling you. Why would she cave to a domestic terrorist group? I do not know. Kelly, you might want to check your notifications too. You're not the only one that's been saying you're not getting notifications when I go live. There was recently a update on Facebook, and 10 to 1, Zuckerberg and his nice little magic. Maybe I need to get Project Veritas to investigate Facebook. Oops, I gave it away. No. He's not actually doing it. I'm just putting the idea out there for him. Are you serious? What has happened to Dolly Parton, man? Hey, Smith. Did you hear about that?
What?
She's taking Dixie out of Dollywood. Did you hear about that?
No.
Yeah. It's like she's almost kind of PC in Dollywood. That's a damn shame. Somebody needs to write her a letter, man. Screw BLM. Why would you listen to Socialist anyway? Seriously. Why would you listen to Socialist? They said the cities she wanted to expand did not want Dixie money. Well, screw them. She can take her money elsewhere. They don't want it. That's not my problem. And you know what? This is what I tell them. Fine. You don't want the money? Screw you. You're going to end up like Illinois. Illinois has a $15 billion deficit, and they got some serious problems. Pension funds are not going to get paid if they don't get any more money in that state. I'm just putting that out there. And you can thank the illegal alien and his crew for screwing up that state. The same crew that wanted the United Nations to step into freaking to Chicago. They didn't want to talk to the president. They wanted the United Nations. Sorry, scallywag sons of bitches. Boy, I swear. They don't want to do their job. There's the damn door. They can step down and they can resign and leave the paycheck on the desk while they are out that damn door. Oklahoma wants some dolly money? Hell, I don't blame them. I'd say just screw it. Move Dollywood if it came down to it. You know? There's plenty of places that would allow her to do the things she did at Dollywood. Wouldn't say a damn word. You know why? Because she's helping the economy. They don't look at it that way. They look at, oh, that's offensive. That hurt my feelings. Screw you and your feelings. Well, I am sorry you live in a shithole. My apologies. Oh, I know, John. And as I stated early in this feed tonight, Weinstein is the gateway to all the shitty mess that all of a sudden came out to the, let me put it in the proper term, the shithole mess that came out here over the last several months. Including pizza and pettigates. I'm just putting it out there. I know, Joni. Check your notifications, Joni, because I had to invite you. Because I know Facebook, they just did an update, and they reset everyone's damn notifications. Zuckerberg, you piece of shit. Leave these damn notifications alone. Your boy Dorsey got outed. You're not careful, you're going to be next. I don't blame you, Curtis. I don't blame you at all. I'm not surprised there, Stephen. I'm not surprised a damn bit. These are some sicko cretins that run freaking Hollywood. It's a damn shame. I don't get that at all. Paula, same thing. Check your notifications. New update came out on Facebook. Zuckerberg reset everything. Piece of shit. He needs to quit acting like a damn shithole. Exactly. Thank you, Mary. Took the words right out of my mouth. That must be the trending word these days. That one and shadow banning. Yeah, yes, Dorsey, we're talking about you and your organization of people who have decided to take it upon themselves to admit to shadow banning people and calling Trump supporters and conservatives all rednecks. Hey, I got something for you, Dorsey. Kiss my ass, okay? And do me a favor. Get a real life and stop acting like you're Obama's second lover. I've seen them pictures. You were looking at him like you had the googly eye, like you had a thing for him. Well, not only that, Linda, not only that video's still making the rounds about her talking about killing white people. That's what's going to kill her chances. If people harp on that and put it front and center, she will not stand a chance. But you will see them promote the hell out of her in the coming weeks. I've already seen commercials involving her, either in tabloids, which it's already happening, or commercials like I seen yesterday. Yes, thank you, admins. Go to the top of the page, Fed Up Warrior. Look for the 3 dots in the top upper top right-hand corner and click to get notifications, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just getting on here and wondering why you're not getting notifications, Zuckerberg has took it upon himself to screw with people's pages and erase the notifications. I wish he would stop doing that because he is a scallywag and we know he's a damn third-generation globalist. Hell no, she won't win. Because as long as those things are out and about and her ties to Weinstein, she will go down. She will go down. Exactly. And they did. But you have to remember, she's a high priestess. She sold her soul. She's got billions of dollars. She is convinced the enemy of the state in this particular case right now is Donald Trump. And I got news for her. She needs to be scared. She really does. Because in all honesty, if she has skeletons in her closet, they will come out. Oh, absolutely. Because that's their new great white hope. That's their new great white hope. That's their shining knight that's going to save this country from the fascist that runs the White House. Got news for these people, especially next Saturday. And if I can find the information, I'm going to post it because I'm going to tell you why. I think there is talk of a Disrupt J20 coming up next weekend. If there is and it's in my town, I want to take part in it, i.e., I'm going to have me a little sign that says, not a Soros zombie. These women that were out there a year ago in them damn pink pussy hats, sitting there saying that they are angry, they are butthurt, and they are just upset that Donald Trump is the president of the United States. Got news for them. Some of them I know for a fact are taking money from Soros. I'm not stupid. Okay? What needs to happen? They need to get a clue and they need to wake up. And if they can't wake up, there's a damn door. Screw him and his communication. He don't need to know what's in my house. He can take that communications device and shove it up his ass. We don't need it. I sure as hell don't need it. I know the device. I told y'all about this a while back where Amazon, if you're not home, wants to put a device on your door where the delivery man can open your door, put the package in your home, and then go. Dana Lynn and I came to the same agreement. We don't want no strange bastard who works for Amazon coming in our damn house. There's no telling what he'll do. Exactly, Nopra. She is Nopra. We can find somebody better than Nopra. That's my point. And there's plenty of people out there that's a lot better than Nopra. We do not need her. We do not need the high priestess. We don't need the sellout scallywag that's got an issue with white people. She can go screw herself. Yes, please do, Miriam. Thank you. We don't need her. She has contributed to the crap fest and trouble that is wrong with this country. I'm telling you now. I'm not making it up. And it's sad and it sucks. It's a damn shame, I'm telling you. I don't know yet. I need to talk to him. Because I've got some questions for him Not as far as the show, but some things that's happened over the last 24 hours. Maybe he can answer some questions. Thank you, Curtis. Will do. No, nobody can beat President Trump. You know, he was worried about our country. He understood the seriousness of how bad things have gotten. And he decided to rise to the occasion and run for president. And by golly, I'm glad he did. Nice. I like that, Anthony. That's awesome. Michael can make himself known and not be ashamed of himself anymore. People already know that he is a man. He has too many features and characteristics that he is indeed a man. Oh yeah, we've got alphabet agencies monitoring the cell phones. That's been documented. Snowden pointed that out. But yeah. Yeah, it's a good idea to put the Band-Aids over your cameras on your phones and your tablets and your computers. Because you never know when they're spying on you. You just never know. You never do know. It just stinks to high heaven that this crap is going on. But it's no big surprise. I mean, I commend Snowden and I commend Julian Assange. Let me update you on Julian Assange. There are rumors going around that he may have gotten asylum here in the United States. Did y'all hear about that? Of course, they're best friends. Scallywags like those two, they got to stick together. Why not? Yeah, and what would be the cost of why she's giving it away? There is an ulterior motive with her plan. Joseph, cover up for the Jesuit secret society eternal plan to control the mind and heart of individual in the name of the Bible, morals, and the church. Absolutely. Well said. Yeah, that's their plan the whole time. That's why it's the deception there in Hollywood, sir. Well said. Thank you. And the key thing on this here, okay, with the Nordic pagan rituals and religions and everything of that mess, okay, Hollywood is persistently demonizing the damn Christian faith. They're persistently demonizing it. To the point, in some circumstances, they try to distort the truth on any quote-unquote true story that they're trying to put out. The propaganda narrative. And it's a damn shame. Mass conditioning, predictive programming. When you got alphabet agencies involved in making these damn movies, it's never any good. Carrie, you may have to scroll out and scroll back in. Facebook and its normal tricks. Oh, Zuckerberg, why don't you go get a hobby? Okay? Please get a hobby. You have nothing better to do. You really don't. Please, sir, get a hobby. I insist. Go play with your globalist people because you know you want to. Patricia, how you doing? I know you came on late. You might want to check your notifications. Yeah, I've been thinking about that notion too. Because strange occurrences have happened here And if I didn't know any better, it's almost as if certain events were manipulated for a reason. That's a whole nother subject, however. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a good Q&A. So with that notion, I'm going to end it with this. Okay? Remember the history of Hollywood? It was founded on Nordic, paganistic rituals and paganistic ideologies. Not to mention the fact that one of those three clowns was a Freemason and was good friends with Mr. Albert Pike. Remember that clown? The gentleman, when he got to the 33rd degree, introduced Satanism into the Freemasonry. Keep that in mind, folks. Bad intentions, bad nature, just bad all around. That being said, y'all be safe. Y'all be careful. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. And I will see you all next time, Facebookers. Thank you all for coming on. Y'all take care. Periscope followers, if you want to keep following me on live feeds and want to watch my live feeds, make sure you follow and get the notifications on Periscope. Thank you for coming on. Y'all have a good night. YouTubers, I have other videos besides this one. If you're interested in my channel, please be a subscriber to my channel. And as usual, thank you for watching.